didn't know.
Okay, let's say your workmate, you and the guy at work, y'all cool. Or let's just say a guy that you kick it with. Is that really your friend or is that your associate? Like, why do we just toss the word around friend? Or does the word friend mean anything? What does the word friend mean to you?
Yeah, Jay.
Uh, I don't know, man. Like in my generation, it's kind of mixed up. We got, well, then again, it's probably the same in y'all, Generation X and millennials as well. You got your brothers, you know what I'm saying? The ones that are, they may not be related to you, but you consider them brothers. You spend more time around them than people in the outer rim of your friend, you know, and
You
then,
broke up a little bit. What you said?
huh?
I said you broke up a little bit. What you said?
So you got your brothers, and then you got your friends, and then you got your acquaintances, and then associates. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I look at it. You know what I mean?
I never hear nobody say that's my acquaintance so and so. I never hear that. I always
Yeah,
hear my boy, my guy. I never hear, yeah, that's my acquaintance.
Because it kind of sounds like a slap in the face. Like, oh, you're not saying friend.
Yeah,
What's that mean? Like, even if a person doesn't say anything, it's just like a little thought. Like,
yeah. If you don't say friend,
like
it's like a female. If you don't say you love her back, it's a problem. So
right,
if you refer to your guy as an acquaintance, it's a problem. Like, what you mean acquaintance? What you?
yeah. I
right.
guess
So so is there a difference between an acquaintance and a guy? Like, why don't we put respect on a friend and not throw it around like women throw around the "I love you"? Why aren't we more protective over the friend phrase? Everybody can't be your friend. I don't care how cool you are. Y'all could be acquaintances. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could be associates. But why do we just throw the word friend around so loosely?
I think I think it's just a nice gesture to people to say to another person to like get them to open up. Um, so it's just so that's why I think like it's really tough to look back at, you know, years ago and what happened because like we change words up so much, the meanings and stuff. But I also think that, for us to change it back, like there's bigger things we have to worry about. Like, so should we even put our effort into that?
uh, nah.
I
Yeah,
feel like we didn't throw the word around so much, friend, that we wouldn't be so heartbroken when that friend crossed you.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
That wasn't your friend. Y'all was an associate. So if he crosses you, so what? Y'all an associate. That's it. It's just somebody you kick it with. But when you start throwing around the word around friend, when they do the slightest thing wrong that you don't like, now you heartbroken. And now y'all beefing. But if you never looked at them, if you had to put them in a proper uh, perspective, then you would have never been heartbroken from the giddy up is what I think. Once
yeah,
you start calling somebody your friend and they do something wrong, now you heartbroken and y'all beefing. Now you giving them the cold shoulder. Now y'all, you know what I'm saying, you into it, doing all this weird stuff. But if he was never given that title, if you kept it in the proper perspective, like, all right, me and him got this in common. When we hook up, we do this, we drink, or we go to this club, or blah 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 blah. You get what I'm saying? If you put people in a proper category, then that would lessen the what's the word I'm looking for? That will lessen the not heartbreak, but the letdown when they do cross you. Does that
yeah.
make
I hear you. Um, I don't know. I think no matter what I call you, if you were around me and you double cross me towards like, man, come on, man, you should have known better not to do that. I'm gonna feel a certain type of way no matter what um title you have. Now it might be it might hurt me even more depending on how long we've been rocking together, and it might hurt me even more depending on um if you're like my brother friend or my dad friend or my mom, like it just hurts more, depending on the title as well associated with the friend.
yeah.
But yeah. What about you? You ever had that happen, CJ?
Um, Yeah, I mean, I had it happen plenty of times. I ain't gonna really go into detail about it, but
Is
you
there any situation that you could go into detail that's not too deep?
uh,
You ever call somebody a friend that really wasn't a friend, but you called them a friend because that's what it was, but you realize that's not what it was?
yeah, yeah. Well, me and this girl, you know what I'm saying, we were cool in high school when I was going there with her. I graduated, and we still remained in communication after high school, or I at least I did with her. It didn't really progress past the talking stage or anything like that. You know how guys are, going for that. But she did. She hit me with the yeah, yeah. I need a plan B. I was like, what? Plan B? What you know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah, yeah.
She said, yeah, I just need it for my cousin. Lo and behold, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I was trying to, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to, get with you, see what you was about, and you did that. So, I mean, yeah. If in that sense, sometimes men turn into a different person over it. But from that experience alone, yeah, I learned not to call
Yeah,
people friend like that.
yeah. But did you communicate with her that you was interested in her?
Yeah, yeah. I think, but that sometimes when you do that, instead of like, sometimes when you do it, when you communicate and talk to them instead of show them, it's more or less, they might not be on that same type
Take
of.
you seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
push you away. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because if the other dude is making a move, she's gonna be like, all right, yeah. Because that happened to me too. To
Yeah.
where I was like trying to do things the right way, like these ladies be wanting, but doing things the right way doesn't get the lady a lot of the
Come on,
times.
don't do that. That's that one. Okay.
At all. All.
Huh? What you say?
I hate to be the old Negro in the room, but that's that woman.
What you said? That stat line?
That's that woman.
I don't know.
No, this has happened to
I
me.
feel
This
like
has
you putting
happened.
that on every woman. Like I don't know. I don't think y'all got a type. I really don't think y'all got a type. I think y'all just out here just shooting blanks, like just
Mm,
whatever sticks. Like bro, you gotta have a you.
So, like I
It,
was saying before, like a lot of. I'm just talking about black folks. I'm not talking about white folks or any other black
you
folks,
know, black folks too.
American black folks, right? Um,
That's all I'm
a
talking about.
lot
Black.
of
I
us,
ain't talking about nobody else.
huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
talking about
wanted to.
the same person you're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So I just want the others who are listening in to know what I'm referring to. So because of culture, many of us think alike. I don't think like the average black man. I don't. But from what I've seen, I see a lot of black people think alike in a lot of ways. So when I'm telling you this is what I've seen, it's because I've seen this behavior a high percentage of me analyzing it. And I've analyzed this behavior for years. So when I do things the right way, when it comes to, relationships, et cetera, a lot of times that doesn't fare well with the culture, and then later on when they get older and they have a bunch of kids, now all of a sudden they want the good guys. But when they were younger, they just looked through us,
I
you
agree.
know? So, it is what it is. Like that's why I don't think women should be trying to tell men how to be good men, because you don't know our perspective. You don't know our perspective, and you don't know the things we face day in day out when it comes to trying to date a woman, trying to talk to a woman, et cetera, et cetera. We only could be checked by another man because the other man knows all the variables that come into place when it comes to dealing with the opposite gender you know
My biggest advice to men, since we keep it on the male female dynamic, my biggest advice for men is to know your type and don't fool around with anything but your type. Whatever your type is, do not, because she got a big booty, because she a certain aesthetic. I'm not saying this is you, so relax, breathe, Joey, breathe. I'm not saying this is you. I'm speaking in general. I'm saying
yeah,
men in general
yeah.
need to know their type. When I say type, I don't mean the outer body. I'm talking about the mindset. He's still shaking his like.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about it, yo, and like as I'm thinking about it, I'm really breaking the numbers down. When I look at all my deal breakers, 0.2% of the population in America can actually live up to that, and that sucks.
What's your deal breakers? I'm just curious. We'd open up Pandora's box. I'll tell you mine.
I mean, I might be able to name 10.
I'm just as stupid as you are. I'm pretty sure.
So, you know, you have to be able to have love and affection. You have to be logical. You have to be logical at least most of the time. Good hygiene, no kids. You can't be in debt too much money.
That's them two right there. That's
what I'm saying. Bro.
Yeah.
Just that right there. Not too much money. Like 20K is doable, but not like no 70K in debt. Like that's crazy.
That's a lifetime. Yeah.
That's a lifetime. Yeah. So just off that alone, that's less than 1% of the population.
You think so?
Bro.
Less than 1%?
Less than 1%, man. There's not a lot of great people out there, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What you say, Jay?
I can attest to that, man. Because
You agree with me?
Yeah, I agree. Man.
So you agree with me?
Hey, there ain't a lot of good people out there, man. You'll come
bring your mic back forward. It's backwards.
Backwards.
Yeah, the mic.
Oh, he ain't even using that for the mic, are you?
Can you hear me out this one?
I don't know. No, are you using that or no?
I'm not using.
He's using his phone.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's just using that to look cool because the kids his age, the guys his age is gamers.
Hey, y'all, get down. We holding. Hey, but man, as far as what he was saying is, I have to agree with it, man, because there's not a lot of good people out here. I'll say that our generations have been fed a lot of BS, and so we've had to maneuver around the BS, and which may have caused us to dimming our light, and to other people. But it's not to say that you live any less of an experience, man. I can't sit here and say that those bad people are bad people just because they're bad. Man, they probably was a good person at one point in time in their life, and something happened to them.
Right.
Now, cold, they're off from the world, man. So I while I agree, I agree from a perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I tried to argue for the women, but I said it didn't work. So I said with the gender war, or what's the question? Why do people throw the word friend around? We just went down the rabbit hole of the gender war again. But yeah, I see that's a lost cause. So what's the next topic?
Yeah.